Hello, everybody. This is Ray Braselton, your music show host.
I'm co-host of that very same music show.
Very good, and we're glad to have you with us today. We had a very fun group, a group full of pizzazz, but country.
Pizzazz.
Well, it's a country group with pizzazz, I think. It was very almost southern rock to a certain degree, and a little rock and roll.
A lot of country these days does resemble rock, but yeah, that's they're somewhat unique. Nice sound, two guitars, but the one guitar is a synthesizer. Adds a little bit of dimension to the whole thing.
Well, I mean, we heard piano on it. I believe we heard maybe violin on it. We even had sax, I think, maybe on one of the songs. I can't remember. So it was really interesting, the sounds and the fullness it brought to the band. That was, and then he had three people singing harmony.
It had some nice close harmony, and drummer kept things right on.
Oh, he sure did, and the bass player too. Absolutely. In fact, the bass player's been on the show three or four times. Butch Frank.
See if people will recognize.
I already said it.
They might take a look.
But nevertheless, I just wanted you to know that you're going to enjoy this show because it is a country show. It is a show that has country music on it, but it's more modern, I'd say, or southern rock type country. I think you'll enjoy them very, very much. We, of course, have our regular segments. We have that interesting showcase that we have with the synthesizer guitar. You don't want to miss that. We have, of course, the, you know, Uncle Nick's. Uncle Nick's.
Sidewalk.
Yes. Something like that.
No, the corner, that's what it is.
Okay, that's right. Uncle Nick's Corner, of course, you all know Uncle Nick's Corner. You want to watch that. That's a teaching segment that you learn
the interview.
A lot. The interview and the round table. And I think you'll enjoy it. So, everybody, stick in there, and we
don't change that station.
Enjoy the show. I think you will.
We are the Slow Riders band here from upstate New York. And this is a Billy Currington song called That's How Country Boys Roll. They wake up in the morning and they drink their coffee black. They love their women, won't be shy of a heart attack. Young on the way to work, they might stop by a fishing hole. And that's how country boys roll. Yeah, they work all week till the job gets done. And weekends they barbecue and have a cold one. They run on a big old heart and a pinch of gold. And that's how country boys roll. Yeah, they're spinning the wheels, casting their reels way back on the old county road. Singing in bars, souping of cars just to see how fast they'll go. From a boy and rum to the falling in love, they do everything hard and soul. That's how country boys roll. And if you don't know your way around, draw you a map. And if you're broke in the ass, they'll give you the shirt off their back. All they need country boys roll.
Hello, everybody. Again, it's nice having you here on the music show at the interview segment of our show. And we have had for you and are going to have for you today Slow Riders. And they're from the upstate New York, Rochester area. I'm just going to let them introduce themselves. So why don't you take it away, Butch?
Butch Frank, bass guitar from Geneva, New York.
Paul VerHeeke from Waterloo, New York, rhythm and vocals.
Mark Lohr, lead vocals. I'm from Shortsville, New York.
Bruce VerHeeke, lead guitarist. I play a little bit synthesizer also, and I'm from Lyons, New York.
Dale Mattis, Red Creek, drummer.
There you go. I was just going to say, you guys are all over the spectrum. I mean, my God, would you guys meet grocery shopping or something? I mean, there's no way. How in the world did you guys even run into each other?
We sure are spaced out.
You,
It's called Craigslist.
Craigslist?
Yeah,
well, I
no
knew there'd be
internet.
some way of getting you guys together. You're that far apart. So you're from the upstate New York area. And, you know, your playing is marvelous. I've really enjoyed it. I've had a lot of fun in the first song or two that we've done, and it looks like we got a lot more to do. I wonder if you could tell me again, how did you really get together? How did you meet?
I actually saw their ad on Craigslist as far as needing
So you
a
were
singer.
serious. You did get it through
Yeah.
Craigslist. Oh.
And I've been with these guys about a year right now. We've been together for about a year, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw their ad on Craigslist.
I would have never thought that you could do that, but
Yeah.
but it's really amazing that you were able to get together that way in the first place, and then be able to keep together and work together so well too. Had you ever known each other, any of you, before the band got together?
Yeah, I've known these guys for a while. Yeah, I've known them for a while.
Well, you know everybody, Butch. I mean, but Butch has been on the show several times. He's him and Dick Rowland and a few others I know. I tell you, but I guess just wanted to basically go over a couple of the comments. I guess I love the way the rhythm guitar plays with the voice, so smooth, so sweet. And yet you have another guy here that plays electric guitar also, and that's Bruce. You both have the same last names, don't you? Uh-oh.
Yes, we do.
I thought you guys knew each other from somewhere else.
I'd like to tell you I was the younger one, but
It isn't going to
We'd like
work.
to.
But very nice playing, and you play a lot of the lead, fancy lead, and also some synthesizer work, which I hope you get to enjoy today. And we're going to talk more about that. You and I are going to do a showcase today on that, so you're going to learn all about the synthesizer guitar. What do you actually call that?
It's a Roland GR-33.
Okay, and is it called a synthesizer?
It's just a Roland guitar synthesizer.
Your guitar synthesizer.
Yes.
Right.
It's like a MIDI.
Yeah. Right.
You know, on the guitar and everything, you have switch go from electric guitar or it's a synthesizer or both.
Yeah. Oh boy. So we'll talk about all that
Yes.
later. And boy, what a drum beat back there. You are really, so you're all very good. I got a lot of stories on you guys I copied down here, but I think I might wait till roundtable to bring this out. But apparently, Bruce, you were dreaming as a child to be a lead guitar player. I guess you made it. Mark, you're a comedian. That's what I hear.
No,
I guess
not
we'll
me.
talk about that later. And then Butch has got some famous things. We got to talk about him too. And Dale worked on pots and pans. Boy, I still have to do that. My wife makes me. And then who am I missing? You know, there's just so many interesting things. You guys are very interesting looking people. Been watching you on camera, and very interesting looking group here, and personalities. So I guess, you know, just tell you to stay tuned because we're going to have some fun for the roundtable also.
Great.
Okay, guys, you got to get back to work now.
Okay.
So here we
Great,
go.
thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Next number's coming up.
This next song, I think you all know, it's about the dad and the little boy song, as everybody would know it. Song by Rodney Atkins called Watching You.
Driving through town, just my boy and me, with
Happy Meal in his booster seat, knowing that he couldn't have the toy till the nuggets were gone. A green traffic light turned straight to red. I hit my brakes and mumbled under my breath. His flies went a-flying and his own drink covered as well. Well, then my 4-year-old said a 4-letter word. It started with S, and I was concerned. I said, son, now where'd you learn to talk like that? He said, I've been watching you, Dad, ain't that cool? I'm your buckaroo, I wanna be like you. Eat all my food and grow as tall as you are. We got cowboy boots and camo pants, yeah, we're just alike, hey, ain't we that? I wanna do everything you do, 'cause I've been watching you. We got back home and I went to the barn, bowed my head and I prayed real hard. So Lord, please help my stupid self. Then this side of bedtime later that night, turning on my son Scooby-Doo nightlight. He crawled out of bed and he got down on his knees. He closed his little eyes, holding his little hands, spoke to God like he was talking to a friend. I said, son, now where'd you learn to pray like that? He said, I've been watching you, Dad, ain't that cool? I'm your buckaroo, I wanna be like you. Eat all my food and grow as tall as you are. We like fixing things and holding mama's hands, yeah, we're just alike, hey, ain't we that? I wanna do everything you do, 'cause I've been watching you. With tears in my eyes, I wrapped him in a hug, said my little bear is growing up. He said, but when I'm big, I'll still know what to do. 'Cause I've been watching you, Dad, ain't that cool? I'm your buckaroo, I wanna be like you. Eat all my food and grow as tall as you are. By then I'll be strong as Superman, be just alike, hey, won't we that? When I can do everything you do, 'cause I've been watching you. Hey, yeah.
Where's the piano? Oh, anyhow, this is Ray Braselton, Music Show, and welcome again, everybody, to the instrumental showcase of our show. And we had the Slow Riders on today, and this is their lead guitarist. That's Bruce VerHeeke. I got that right?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. And he's plays lead guitar, but he also plays, what would you call it, synthesizer guitar?
Yeah, synthesizers.
Synthesizer. And it's unique. I don't think very many people play it. I believe it's probably quite expensive for one thing, and it takes a lot of talent and a lot of knowledge to be able to play these different sounds. But you know, you came into the show with just a couple of sounds. One was what, you started off with guitar?
With the guitar, yes.
Right, and then we went to piano, which is, I still don't know how you did that.
Somewhere there.
Somewhere. But you also have other instruments snuck in here, hidden in your pocket or somewhere. Would you do 2 or 3 others just to show us the sound is all, one at a time, you know, just take your time on it.
Do a little saxophone first.
Okay, this is really neat. If that just blows my mind. Oh my God. That's basically what I wanted them to hear, just a couple of sounds to get us started here. But it's just fascinating. I've heard this done on, of course, keyboard. It's quite well known. Lots of people have keyboards and do that. And I've heard it, I think I have heard it done on guitar, but I don't think I've ever heard it sound so realistic as it does on your guitar. So what I'd like to do today with everybody is just give you a little sample of these, some more samples. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it before we do the samples? First of all, what kind of a unit is this?
It's a Roland GR-33.
Okay, and that's this little unit here to, this unit right here, right. That's the unit that he's talking about. It looks like it's got a pedal on it too. Is that for wah-wah or?
Yes, it can be used for wah-wah or just volume in and out, or you can bypass it.
And if, looking at it the way I am, I can see it's got a digital readout, so it tells you where you are, what program you're in or whatever. And well, actually, why don't I just kind of turn things over to you? Maybe you can tell us a little bit how this is the synthesizer unit.
Yes.
And then I guess there's another unit right to the right of that you can kind of see next to it, and we'll talk about that and how that you sync the two together and everything. But yeah, just give us a little bit of information on this, if you would, Bruce.
Well, what it's got like this, it's set with a Roland Ready guitar, and what it involves is you got 3 switches here.
Can you get in there to see the switches there? No, does that have to be flat maybe? Okay.
If you can see that. It's like not a normal switch like the treble on the guitar. This here, all the way down, is just the guitar alone. And if you go all the way up, it's just a synthesizer alone. In the middle is a combination of both.
Now that's built into this already. When it was manufactured, they built this right into the guitar.
Yes, it's an actual what they call a Roland Ready.
Roland Ready.
Guitar. It's got all the pickups, and this here is your Roland Ready pickup, along with your normal pickups.
Now you can, I understand, you can get those, what they call retrofitted or whatever. Also.
Yes, they got ones that you can actually stick to the guitar, and it plugs into your guitar, and out of that is a 9-pin connector. Will go to the same unit, GR-33 or whatever Roland that you have.
You'd buy that separate.
Yes, yep, you have to buy that separate. And it's a little bit more sloppier because you got more chords involved, so it's better if you do just the guitar that's made with it in it.
Probably less expensive that way than buying it. Or how much, have you ever seen the retro before?
Yeah, that's not too bad because you use your own guitar.
Okay.
You just put it on there. This is probably more expensive, but it's, you know.
It's a remarkable unit because you can also kind of sync it together with your other units, your other effects boxes, and here to the right is where you keep all your effects boxes.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, how's that all work?
Point it right out here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like a Roland Ready unit. Has guitar and synthesizer mix. You have a guitar out. It goes out of here into any effects that you want to put with it, and that's just the guitar.
Right.
And then you also have the synthesizer part. That's a separate channel.
Right.
And each one of these has to go in a separate channel in the amps.
Gotcha.
And then that way, if you want guitar, you have guitar, which would be down. Switch on that, or you can have the synthesizer, which is all the way up, and it'll be going through this channel. If you want both, it goes right in the middle. It'll get your piano or whatever you put down, and your guitar.
Now, if you're not going to use the synthesizer, if you go to the effects pedals, you can't use a synthesizer, can you? It's either the effect pedals or the synthesizer, or can you use them both together?
Well, you can only if you have it in the middle position.
Right, but you can actually play the synthesizer at the same time as these
all
effects?
Your pedals, yes. Yep. You'll get all the stereo chorus or distortion that you want, but only in the middle because it combines both.
Gotcha.
Channels.
Right. And you have a readout there too. I don't think the camera can quite pick that up unless we maybe tilt it, and I doubt that. Well, maybe they can see the readout there. Now it's a little hard to see. I think it's the other end though. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. You can see it now.
Yeah.
So that tells you what?
Tells you what channel you're on, It says exactly piano or strings or saxophone.
And it's got the 4 units for, what are these
These are all
levers?
4 programs. And that's a bank of 4.
Yeah.
And if you need to go up in a different bank, you go this switch here, it goes up in the bank.
Right.
Now you got a whole set of 4 new programs.
That's neat. So you can have how many programs in each bank?
4 programs in each bank, yep.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, yep.
Gotcha. Very neat. And there's other little doodads on here too, like this pedal that moves up and down, and a little. What does this thing, this little swirly thing, do? That just changes the
patch value.
Yeah.
What that does is it change your programs up.
Change your programs, right? Now you can do that by foot, but too, right?
Yes, you can do that with foot. Yes.
Yeah.
Or you have on the guitar itself. It's the bottom switch.
Yeah, that's what
down.
I was talking about. Explain that, because that we didn't talk about.
Put this button down here. What it does is it does whatever it says here. So if you push this down, it says tuner.
Yep.
You can get a tuner out of it.
Show them that button again. Yep. Yeah, that one there, right?
And like you say, this is bank hold.
Yeah.
If you want to go down, it says the arrow down. You push that down, and you put the pedal, and it'll go down in the banks. And this one here is up in the banks. You can do it from guitar instead of.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. It would be hard to do with your foot on this little patch.
Yeah, it would be tough.
Had to get your little toe out there. And, well, whatever. So then this is the amplifier that you're running it through, and this is a Fender.
Fender Super Reverb.
Super Reverb, and it works real well through that.
And it has to be a 2-channel, so you have 2 separate.
Absolutely. Fascinating sounds out of this. Would you be able to, let's stand up again. Let's see if we can't do a few selections here for them so they can hear the different sounds. Fascinates me is the sax sound, and of course the piano, but also there's another special sound, a voice sound that you may want to hear.
Right. So, I have one of those, and like I said, to get up to the bank, this button here, it says bank up. That'll get you to a different bank. And that's the bank of 4 in that program. I need to go one more. And that gets you the 4th bank with the 4 programs. And the sound we get. Sorry about that.
That's remarkable, and that's the sound of a human voice, do and bop.
Yep.
And
sometimes you need that.
Yeah, and how about the saxophone sound?
Saxophone, and there again, now this would be a bank down.
Okay, so you
like in my first 4 programs too.
Gotta get your bank down, and oh, that's gotta go up one. That's your saxophone.
Absolutely beautiful. How about we did the piano on the way in. There's a couple more that were really impressive. Do you have trumpet?
Trumpet's way down in the
okay, how about the violin or the?
I have the violin.
Okay.
Just gotta figure where it is.
Okay.
See, I don't use that program much.
Yeah. Could have picked another one. It doesn't have to be violin necessarily. Oh, you got string there. What's that?
Or I got. That's a steel guitar.
Oh, let's listen to the steel guitar. Yeah, that's neat. That's very neat. Well, I want to tell you, this has been, this has got more than, I mean, how many do you use actually yourself?
I use probably a bank of 4, which is, or 4 banks with 4 programs in each one, so probably around 16.
16 or so.
Programs, yeah.
And
it has 164 programs, so you can do pretty much anything you want to do.
Yeah, you use them on the show, using on this show, and it was just fascinating the way it filled up the band and made the band. I mean, I really looked for a piano. I really looked for a violin when. Oh, a flute. Did you have the flute? Can you get that fast?
I do have a flute.
You do the flute, and I think we'll go out on the flute. Okay, but you know, I want to thank you so much for for showing us this. And I hope you out there enjoyed the instruction on this. And it's a Roland
GR-33.
GR-33, fantastic unit. Okay, go ahead. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
This next song's a nice slow song for you. A song by Garth Brooks called The Dance. Looking back on the memory of the dance we shared beneath the stars above. For a moment, all the world was right. How could I have known that you'd ever say goodbye? And I'm glad I didn't know the way it all would end, the way it all would go. Our lives are better left to chance. I couldn't miss the pain that I had to miss. The holding you, I've held everything for a moment. Wasn't I the king? And if I'd only known how the king would fall, yeah, who's to say? You know, I might have changed it all. And I'm glad I didn't know the way it all would end, the way it all would go. Our lives are better left to chance. I couldn't miss the pain that I had to miss. Better left to chance. I couldn't miss the pain that I had to miss.
welcome to Uncle Nick's Corner. Little thing I was just playing there was just a series of chords that if I weren't using this device called a capo, I could only play in one key. The capo is an interesting little device. We can do a few different things with it. This one here is one of the normal ones that we use. If take a look at this. This one has 4 different settings, so to speak, on it. I could change this little rubber thing here, take it off, and turn it around to get that it would fit for different guitars. This guitar that I'm using today is a classical. The fingerboard is flat, so it's hard to see, but if you look at this right here, that's flat and wide. If I would turn that around to here, you see that there's a little bit of an arc. Now that's for a steel string. And notice what also is happening is we have different thicknesses. So you have 2 choices of flat and 2 choices of curved. Again, the curve being for a steel string, because on a steel string guitar there is a slight arc to the fingerboard. But on classical guitars like this, they're flat, so that's why we use the flat. Another thing, when you're placing a capo, we're going to talk a little bit about where to place them in just a second, but you would place it, and in this particular case, I would put it here, and this little clamps it. Now the whole idea of the capo is now, instead of having the open strings at the nut, I have them here at the 3rd fret. What happens there is that any chord that I would play open, as I raise it, it would change the key and bring the key up a little bit higher. So that's the whole idea, the philosophy, so to speak, behind the capo. In the old days, we used to call them cheaters, because somebody would learn chords in a song in a particular key, and in order to change the key, they would just use the capo, thus not allowing you to learn any other keys. But the whole issue is that there are some keys that are difficult to play. For instance, the thing I was just playing, that chord progression I was just playing, was in the key of B flat. Now, originally, I developed it in the key of G. But if I needed to play that in the key of B flat, it'd be really difficult. Here's B flat. Notice I can't get the ringing that I got in the first position in the key of G. So that would be our first idea of what to do with a capo. We have a particular tune that we like the chord progression in, and it's an open chord progression, and there are certain keys that are better for guitar than others. G, D, A, E, E flat, B flat are not very good for the guitar. So in this case, I have in the key of G. If I go up 1 fret, I'd have the key of A flat. If I go up 2 frets, I'd have the key of A. If I go up 3 frets, I'd have the key of B flat. So our goal is to get this particular chord progression in the key of B flat, and so I put the capo, and let me make sure I get it all settled out. Now, automatically, in the key of B flat. Notice those little things? You couldn't do in the key of B flat without the capo. Say, for instance, we have something in the key of C. Well, let's say the key of F. And we know it in the key of F, but we need to change it to a different key, but we still want to maintain F. So what I'm getting at here is the chord forms for the key of F There's F, B flat, and C7. They're difficult chords to do anything with. I can, in this case, bring the capo up to the 3rd fret, and follow me on this. It's going to be a little quick. And change the key to the key of D, and play D chords. All those things that you can do in D, all of a sudden, we're in the key of F. It's pretty interesting. I have a few sheets on this. If you're interested, if you want to get in touch with us, I could send those along to you. Just ask for the information on capos. To review real quickly, if we have something in a lower key that we want to raise up to a higher key, we just simply put the capo wherever we need to move it. And remember, as we go up the frets, we go by half steps. Or if I have something in a funny key, but I want to put it into a better key for guitar, then I change it, transpose to that key, and then move the capo appropriately to put it back into the original key that we needed to be. Again, if you want any more information on this, just get in touch with us. I can expand on it either on this program or, like I say, I do have some information. So until next time, this is Uncle Nick telling you, let's keep picking.
All right, we're going to liven things up a little bit for you with a Kid Rock song. This one's called All Summer Long. Summertime in northern Michigan. Splashing through the sandbar, talking by the campfire. It's the simple things in life, like when and where. We didn't have no internet, but man, I never will forget the way the moonlight shine upon her hair. We were trying different things, we were smoking funny things, making love up by the lake to our favorite song. Sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Catching walleye from the dock, watching the waves roll off the rocks. She'll forever hold a spot inside my soul. We blessed her in the sun, couldn't wait for night to come, to hit that sand and play some rock and roll. We were trying different things, we were smoking funny things, making love up by the lake to our favorite song. Sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Sometimes I'll hear that song and I'll start to sing along and think, man, I'd love to see that girl again. Man, I'd love to see that girl again. While we were trying different things, we were smoking funny things, making love up by the lake to our favorite song. Sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. While we were trying different things, we were smoking funny things, making love up by the lake to our favorite song. Sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Ray Braselton of the Music Show. I'm your host.
And I'm Nick Rita, co-host, also of the music show.
Right. Just wondering if you could catch on to that.
Yes.
Well, welcome, Nick, and let's welcome our group today. We have Slow Riders. Guys, thank you for being on our show.
Thanks for having us.
Really enjoyed you a lot, and I'm going to have you introduce yourself. You want to start, Bruce? It may the instrument you play and.
I'm Bruce VerHeeke, play lead guitar and synthesizer and little vocals.
I'm Mark Lohr, lead vocals, a little bit of guitar, a little bit of comedy during the show.
Yeah.
I'm Dale Mattis, drummer.
Butch Frank, bass player.
Paul VerHeeke, rhythm.
Okay. Well, we had a very good time today. I think the music was fascinating and it was fun. It was a gas, actually. I had a lot of fun while listening to you guys, as you might have noticed as we were filming here and everything.
We couldn't get him to stop dancing.
Yeah, I just couldn't.
We're afraid he was going to fall over and get dizzy and everything.
But we also had some nice, showcase and interviews and stuff. But right now we usually start the show with kind of a question of the day or a question of the week or whatever show. And
Question of the show.
Yes, and the one that I'm going to try to phrase it the best I can, but the difference, how music, country music has evolved from the old time country to today's country. Maybe just to kind of run through that question. Anybody has any opinions on that? Bruce, can you?
Nowadays it sounds like rock more than the old-fashioned country is more upbeat.
I would
it's
say
lost the twang.
Yes.
The twang
Exactly.
isn't there anymore.
And you know Butch.
Yes, I would.
Because, not that you're that terribly old, but you played in old country.
Gold country,
and you still do.
I still do, yeah.
So it's a
Big
twang.
difference.
Twang is what
Yeah,
you say.
yeah. The twang has gone out.
Yeah. How about the vocal stuff? May you be able to answer that? Maybe more
You know, you see a lot more younger singers involved in country now. A lot more female singers, too.
Yeah.
I think, it's...
Did somebody already say the beat, the rock type beat? Is almost.
Yeah, it's like a rock beat. Yeah. I used to play the older country too, and it was hard for me to get transferred over to this newer stuff.
Yeah.
But these guys helped me out. I'm doing pretty good now.
It's good.
There's a lot more harmonies in the music today than there was in the old days.
Yeah.
As it is with anything that develops, probably as it was developing, people didn't recognize it. I don't think there was actually a plan to go from point A to point B. It just kind of
Evolved.
as we would
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
developed as it went along.
Now, the other thing is, how do you feel about it? Just real quick, and I know I have a lot of time on the question, but personally myself, I just, so you know how I feel, I kind of like it. I'm an old timer. I mean, I do some stuff by Hank Williams, I play out, but I kind of enjoy some. A lot of the stuff you do seems to be more modern country. Am I right?
Yeah, it's very unique, the music that we do now. And it seems like it gets the younger crowd and the older crowd.
That's where I'm coming from. I'm the older crowd, and yet can be with kids, and we both enjoy it quite a bit.
Yeah, I've got friends that don't even like country, and they know I sing. Come out to watch the band, like, wow, that was really good.
Yeah.
We enjoyed the music. It wasn't even like watching I didn't think that was country. Nowadays,
And each
nowadays country
individual
is definitely
and the
changed
band also brings something, as we said before, in some of the other bands that were like a synthesis of different forms of music. So as you come and you bring your own style, then your particular type of music takes on that kind of a sound. So, each one then would be somewhat unique.
You don't hear as much in the country today. You don't hear like steel guitar,
No.
pedal steel anymore.
No, pedal steel's gone, yeah.
So that kind of sound has kind of gone. And you hear a lot more like electric rock lead in a lot of it. And
distortion, a lot more distortion.
More distortion. And yet, for some reason, it seems to work.
Seems to work.
And,
a lot of violin, too. There's a lot of violin.
Yep.
A lot more than they used to.
Well, I just thought that was an interesting question. And you guys, of course, this is, we're talking about this, but this is kind of, to a certain degree, where would you classify yourself, your group in that area of country? Again, here we go, classifying things. Uncle Nick hates me to do that, but where do you think you land? All spectrums of it, or the middle of it, or where's the more?
They're definitely a country rock band.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do some rock.
You definitely do some rock. You
Yeah.
should do that
Also,
today.
yes.
When we say
even
rock, more southern rock.
Well, that's what I was going to ask.
Definitely
It's
country
southern
rock.
Yeah,
We mix it up
Right.
pretty good.
The
Yeah.
beat is there. I can't get over the bass and the drummer and the beat. Boom, boom, and it's just so. It's
good driving,
that's
yeah.
Driving, dancing
Good
music.
dancing music.
And so that's what I enjoy about you guys very much. And then the other thing was I was watching. You had 3 people singing. It was harmony. 3
Yeah.
people singing.
Yeah.
And that is the most impressive thing about a band, when they can do that kind of harmony. And then a strong vocal, which you are, very strong vocal.
Well, thank you. I try.
Yeah. Oh, it's fascinating. And along with your music that you do so well. And tell us, like, do you play, how many places, what kind of places do you play at now? Of course, I see you play at, I don't want to say bars, but bars.
A lot of bars.
Bars and parties.
Lot
And,
of parties.
Yep.
Have you done
Getting
like,
busier and busier, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder why. I mean, you guys seem to be, you've only been together for what, 8 months?
Yeah.
Almost a
Something like
year.
that? Almost a year?
Almost a year.
It's amazing to put together that kind of sound, and I know it's going to be probably a lot going for you in the future.
Yeah, a lot of people that see us are pretty impressed at our sound for just being together for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work too.
Not hard work.
A lot of hard work.
You must get together. I mean, how much time does it take really to practice, for instance, for keeping up with things for your gigs?
Yeah, it depends on how much you're playing, but if you're not playing, certain weekends you do a couple days a week. If you're playing, you do, maybe 1 day a week, and then you're also playing, so you're getting
you
a
get
couple
quite a
times a
bit of
week
practice
either
in
way.
that.
Yeah.
All right.
And then you do practice at home also. That's part of it.
Yeah. All right.
Because we're all so spaced out, so we got to do some at-home practice.
It's amazing
Absolutely.
that you can even do that with a lot of you are working a job too, and be able to also play out like you are and have all that time put into practice.
Yeah.
You got one person here, Butch.
That's me.
You get to have a little more time.
Yeah, I got all the time in the world
You
now.
retired, am I
Yes,
right?
yes, happy days, yes. Yes, absolutely.
Well, Butch, you've been involved with bands for years. In fact, all of you have played out for probably, what, I should say 25, 30 years?
Oh, easy, yeah.
All of that.
Well, not you, because you're not old enough, but
I'm not that young now.
He started when he was 4.
right.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the baby.
Well, you guys did a good job today. I want to thank you very much for being on the show. Was there anything we missed? I know we didn't talk very much about, for one thing, if anybody wants to, they can probably get a hold of you by email, or do you have a website?
Yeah, we've got a
Yes, we
website.
get a website.
Slowridersband.com.
And
On there for all of our, upcoming shows.
Didn't you have a MySpace too, or not? Just your own website?
Just their own
Just our own
website.
website.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sheesh, that's great. How about a contact number other than that? Did you have a phone number that, or just the website's good enough, probably?
Yeah, there is a contact on the website that you can contact either phone or email.
Okay. Well then, get a hold of them. You know, they're a great group. I think you guys have proved to me. I'll tell you one thing that interests me, what's watching today, is they do have a lot of stage presence. I mean, you guys are a lot of fun to watch. Very unique looking group to start with. Handsome devils you all. But also, you guys have a personality that comes. I mean, I couldn't believe this guy here. Well, he was playing lead. Well, you were playing lead. He was mocking you and going.
That's the norm.
And then he started doing something with the keyboard when you were. So he's got a contact with the people. In fact, from what I've heard, he's a bit of a comedian also. Is that
Yes,
true?
Oh, that's what they tell me.
What do you ever do any of that on your shows?
What do you think? Do I look like Larry the Cable Guy?
Yes, you do.
I hear it all the time.
He does
Get her done.
Yeah. And there's also other personalities and other voices you do.
Oh yeah.
But you're just a funny guy altogether out there, because I saw you performing, and you're a fun guy to watch. And
well, thank you. We'll try again.
your mother would be proud of you. So you all did a great job, and the one with the most personality, the wild one here, though, of course, is Butch. Everybody knows that. He's the one.
Hard to keep him down.
Butch has been on the show. He's so good. He's been on the show. I think this is his 4th time. So
Yeah.
So we're gonna see you again, Butch.
I'm hoping that this is going to be my last one. This is.
We want him to do a solo, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Well, we'll see you all back to show, I hope, sometime. Maybe another year from now, even, or something.
Sure.
Never
Get you
know.
back in.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, and thanks for having us.
Well,
really enjoyed it.
We
so.
appreciate
I
it.
really enjoyed having all of you on. It was fun. I had more fun than you guys did, though. I get to watch.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Ray.
You know, you guys still.
Welcome, Butch Dale. Okay, everybody. That wraps it up for this show. I hope everybody enjoyed it. We'll get them back on again soon, I'm sure. So, be ready for our next show. This is the Music Show signing out. Want to say goodbye, Nick? Uncle
Goodbye, Nick.
Okay, goodbye,
Uncle
Nick.
Nick. Say goodbye, Ray.
Goodbye, Ray.
No money in the bank, she don't call me anymore. Down to my last drink, it's time to seal my thing and pack my bags and never look back, running parallel line with the railroad track and make my getaway. I put the pedal to the metal as the sun goes down and everybody's sleeping in a sleepy town tonight. At the break of day, I'll be a runaway. 100 miles in, I got a stupid grin on the scruff of face. With every cigarette, I'm burning my regrets. Don't wanna leave a trace. And from the rear view, I've got a clear view of who I used to be. A little bit faster now. Don't wanna turn around and pack my bags and never look back, on a parallel line with the railroad track and make my getaway. I put the pedal to the metal as the sun goes down and everybody's sleeping in a sleepy town tonight. At the break of day, I'll be a runaway. 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 It's crazy, I know, to count on this road to give me what I need. But with every state line, somehow I find another part of me. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna pack my bags and never